Hi guys, so I am here to teach math today, and we are going to be talking about adding integers on a number line and on just regular, so no number line. So I'm going to show you some problems on a number line and then some problems without the number line and some rules for when you're adding integers. So before I do so, I do want to go over the answers for the page that you did with Miss Garcia on Friday. So take your practice book out, or your practice page, your homework page, your math book, because I'm going to reference a couple pages for you, and you're going to need to take notes. So make sure you have a piece of line paper or your math notebook to take notes for me. So let's get started. So practice book page, if you did it, is on the board. So you have write the opposite for 1 through 8. And then for 9 through 12, you had to give us the absolute value. Oops. Okay, and then test practice. And the writing math, if you did the writing math. Okay. And then the homework. And again, same thing. So remember, the opposite is the opposite. Okay, so if I have a negative, the opposite is a positive. And then the absolute value is always going to be a positive number. So whatever it is, if it's negative 16, the absolute value of negative 16 is 16. So there's 1 through 16. And then here's some review for the last chapter that we did. 17 through 19. Remember, if I go too fast, you can always use the answer key PowerPoint, or you can pause the video. Here's the back. And 5 and 6. Okay, that should be plenty of time. I am now, like I said, going to talk about adding integers, whether on a number line or not on a number line. If it asks for you to do it on a number line, you have to do it on a number line. If it doesn't, then do it with the rules that I'm going to teach you. If you have any questions on the pages that you did with Miss Garcia, please let us know in the comments below, or send us an email or a text and let us know. So we are going to title this Adding Integers. So, like I said, example 1 is going to be with a number line. Okay, so I might be given the problem 4 plus negative 8. Okay, so I'm going to draw a number line, and I'm going to try to go as far as I can. So if I have negative 8, I might go negative 10 and 10. So this is my number line. And I'm going to do my best to make sure that that 0 is in the middle, or as close to the 0 in the middle as I can get. If it's not, that's okay. So now I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, remember that if I go this way on the number line, I'm going more positive. If I'm going this way, I'm going more negative. Okay, so positive, negative, positive, negative. Okay? And maybe maybe you made your number line too small, you can't go all the way to 10, just extend it if you need to, that's fine. I just was able to write small, and I kind of anticipated how long the number line needed to be. So I am always going to start with my first number. Okay, so this is 4, right? Okay, I just marked 4 on my number line. Now I'm going to go -8. So if I'm going -8, I need to go in the negative direction, okay? So I'm going to hop like a frog. So if you imagine, I have a little frog here, and my class knows I'm not a drawer, so I'm not going to draw a frog. But imagine that there's a frog hopping along, and it's going to hop 8 times in the negative direction. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? And where I land is my answer. So I landed on -4. So 4 plus -8 is -4. Okay, and that's all you do. So let me do one more example with a number line with going in the positive direction. So let's do, try to find a good one. -14 plus 7. Okay, so again, I'm going to draw my number line a little bit bigger because I have 14. Okay, middle. All the way to -14. And see, I may have made this one a little too short, guys. So see what I'm going to do? See how I'm at -13? I'm going to just erase this and just make it a little bit longer. Now, if this number was negative, so I had maybe -7, I would need to go more in this direction. I'd have to go in the negative direction. If that were the case, then I would want to go past 14. But since I have a +7, I know I'm going this way, then I'm going to just go to 14 because I know I have plenty of room. So again, I'm going to start with -14, which is here. And my frog is going to jump 7 times in the positive direction. So I'm going to go hop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I landed on -7. So the answer is -7. Okay, so some reminders. You start on the first number, whether it's positive or negative, you start on the first number. And I mark it. Do you see how I marked my -14? I marked it, and then I don't just count, I show the hops of the frog until I have gone 7 or whatever the number is. I don't just count because then I might lose count and I might put the wrong answer. Okay, that's how you add integers on a number line. Okay, and remember, if it's a negative, you go in the negative direction. If it's a positive, go in the positive directions. Okay, a lot of the time when you have number line, they're going to give you the number line. You're not going to have to draw it, so you won't have to worry about that. But if you do have to draw it, just remember that you can erase, especially if you're using pencil, which you should be. Then you should be able to erase, and then it's done. Okay, now I'm going to go over some rules for adding integers. So if I have a positive plus a positive, that's going to equal, okay? So if I have 4 plus 3, that's going to be a positive. If I have a negative plus a negative, it equals a negative. Now, if I have a positive plus a negative, or a negative plus a positive, this is the sign of the bigger number. And instead of saying number, I'm going to be more specific and say integer. Okay? And I'm looking at that, and it's like a lot of black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make all the addition signs in blue. So again, positive plus a positive is a positive. A negative plus a negative is a negative. Now, if I have a negative plus a positive, or a positive plus a negative, it's the sign of the bigger number. And maybe you're like, what, Miss Kranz? You gotta show me. Okay, well, I will show you. So if I have, so example, okay, -4 plus 2. Okay, so if I have -4 plus 2, I'm going in the positive direction, so I'm going twice to -2. Okay? Okay? So it's almost a little bit like subtraction, because when you have a negative plus a positive, you have to try to get to the positive. So by adding like this, I have to think, okay, if I have -4 plus 2, 2 of those, okay, are going to be negative. Okay? Okay. So if I have -6 plus -6, I'm going to ignore the signs and say 6 plus 6 is 12, and then I'm just going to make it negative. This one right here, if you have questions about that, please comment below so that we can clarify anything about that, because that one's the tricky one. That one right there is the tricky one. So if you have questions, please let us know. And then if you have like 6 plus 6 is 12 as well, but it's a positive 12, okay? So you are going to now do page 1 of your packet that we gave you that looks like this. And the first 3, all you're going to do is draw just like I did. And then for 4 through 10, you are going to do it without the number line. But listen, if this is confusing, use the number line, that's fine. And then in tomorrow's lesson, Mrs. Ricard will really dive into using these and subtracting. So my focus was the number line, but I also want to give you this. So if you have questions, please let us know. We are here to help you, okay? I know it seems like we're not, and like we're far away and you can't ask us questions, but we are here. We would love to hear from you guys, so let us know. So it looks a little bit different in math. It's not out of the book. It's our own packet that we put together, so it's going to be a little bit different. So if you want to look at anything for adding with the rules, it is chapter 26, lesson 3. And then if you want to see the number line, it's chapter 25, lesson 4. Okay, so if you will need to reference those, please do so or ask us questions. But that's all I have for you today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.